Did you know that dictatorships, in addition to raw violence, deploy different categories of people to manufacture consent, but also rationalize and justify injustice and violation of human rights? Different categories of people, like academics and lawyers working for government, to come up with repressive laws disguised as intended to achieve national sovereignty and state security. And they introduce all ridiculous measures and give them a venue of legality that they are, because they are now in law books, it's okay to implement them. They also deploy intelligence and other security personnel, first of all, to harass people they consider to be against the establishment through surveillance, through invasion of their privacy, and you'll see them sharing conversations they have had privately with different people, which totally goes against the law. But the intention is to dehumanize and take away legitimacy from legitimate voices of justice. They also deploy diplomats and lobby groups at international forums like the UN and in other capitals to be able to shape and sell narratives justifying repression at home. They also make sure that they deploy, because different government bureaucrats who play different roles in prosecution, in conducting sham trials, like the prosecutors and judicial officers, to make sure that they give a cover of legality to their illegal activities, and they take people through a process seemingly of trial, but when the objective is to silence the population. And while at it, they also deploy people in the media, and lately on social media, millions of trolls bankrolled, some of whom come up as neutral, but the intention is to come up with narratives, first of all, and sell them as neutral observers, write articles in newspapers, appear on media stations, troll on social media, flood them with all sorts of narratives so that the objective truth is lost. But also, in addition to doing that, they troll whoever is anti-establishment, and whichever view is anti-establishment, instead of being appreciated for what it is, they attack the individuals, push propaganda, and make sure that the population is left unable to know the truth about what is happening in the country. And that's why you'll find that because they have placed in offices of prosecution and judiciary people whose objective is to make sure that the intentions of the dictatorship are achieved and not the ends of justice, they will create a semblance of trial in the name of protecting national security, but when in actual sense the intention is to entrench the dictatorship by silencing whoever questions its illegitimate actions. It is therefore important for the citizens to be vigilant, to be on alert, and read beyond the surface, and know whose article, whose views are only intended to deflect the truth, and treat them as such without consuming whatever comes out of them as if it is genuine and intended to enrich public discourse, but when actually the intention is to defeat the truth and to rationalize and justify injustice, not knowing that eventually, like how dictatorships play out, even those that are deployed to, confuse the public, rationalize, and justify injustice, eventually end up as victims of the same. So it's important that the population is always vigilant, acquire information, go beyond what is on the surface, read through the propaganda, and dismiss it so that they do not become complicit to injustice unknowingly.